Hello, Miss Wright. This is Tim Carlsrud. I'm just going to go through my exercises 7.1 and 8.1. Okay, so first thing I did is I did the seasonalized demand. I just followed the formula that you provided as far as starting in period 7 and then leaving 6 empty spaces on the top, and then also scrolling down and leaving the 6 empty spaces at the bottom. So one thing that I had to do is, I guess on the Microsoft 2011 for Mac, they didn't have the analytical add-on. So I just went online and uploaded through the help the actual a different add-on. So it did give me the similar numbers. So it just populates this when you run the regression. And it did give me the intercept of 5997 and then also the slope of 70. So with that information, then you can calculate the demand based on regression. And this was also the formula in the book, the text. And basically it's just taking your intercept and then adding the slope times the period. And with that, I just dragged it down and copied the formula. And then I went and did the seasonal factor, which was just taking the C6 divided by E6, which is the given demand divided by the demand based on regression, and also the seasonal factor. I did the added up each month and then divided it by 5 because there's five periods or 5 years, which gave me the 12 months, and then I just copied that down. So there's formula wasn't in there. I just did it with the formula and then replaced it and copied it all the way down. Next we have the forecasted demand, which is cell E5 times G5. E5 being the demand based on regression, and then G5 being the average seasonal factor. And then like the previous columns, I just copied that down as well. And then the errors, I used a chart in the book. You had already had the formulas in there, but I just cross-referenced them with the one chart in the text and made sure everything was matching up as far as variables. The cells H5 minus C5 gives us a forecast area, copied all the way down. The absolute deviation gives us the equals, and then the formula ABS times I5, which is the forecast area, gives us a deviation of that. And then the mean square error, like you had said, it kind of amplifies the error by giving it a larger, by squaring larger number versus smaller number gives us a larger figure on that. And that was done by doing the $5 colon I5 divided by B5, which I believe is the period. Yes. So I took that like I said, double checked it in the text and then dragged it down, and that gives us the MSE for column K. Then finally, the MAD, which is just a $5 colon J5, which is the absolute deviation, divided by B5, which is a period, gives us the MAD, and copied those cells down as well. I do appreciate your email regarding my question on the rounding. I did use a formula that you had said and also checked in the book as well. And however, when I used a formula, even with the decimal places, I still couldn't get with seasonal factor, get the forecasted demand that you had said. So I don't know if it's something that I have just set up incorrectly in the workbook. But yeah, I couldn't in the ballpark, but I couldn't get the figure. All right, so that concludes 7.1. Let me just get out of this, and then we will go to the 8.1 spreadsheet. So I'll close that. Eight 8.1. Okay, for 8.1, I ran the solver and added in the contract column and maintained the other columns that were already provided on the solver. Basically populating the subcontract column, which also took into account obviously the different variables, and gave us the sum of 700 units provided subcontract with the other production. So then when providing that, that gave us the total cost, $357,450,000. And then for the per unit cost, I did go back and add in the cost of the subcontract, or the total subcontract units, and also went back to the data tab and added in the $28 for the subcontracting cost per unit, which gave me the per unit cost with the subcontracting as 23.99, which is rounded up. So hopefully that explains what I did in 7.1 and 8.1 workbooks. It was a good exercise, and I really do enjoy learning how to use the solver and the different regression functions in Excel. It's a good learning experience, so thank you for teaching that.